So now we're back together again. Sorry about that. I was showing you something that was not really showing you anything. I did get to show you my face with breakout, so I hope that I hope that made up for the fact that I wasn't sharing my screen. But welcome back, everybody. So I want to talk to you about Sway after we've kind of just said Happy New Year. I've asked what your goals are, and I would still love to see some goals coming in on the comment window. So if you'll take a minute, and if you have any goals you'd like to share, I would love to add them to my Sway. So take a minute right now, and if you have a goal for the new year, if you will just add that right now in the comments window, I would love to add those to my Sway. But let me show you just some basics of Sway. Again, I'm at sway.com. I have a school account because we are a Microsoft district where I work, although I am doing all of this personally. This is on the side. But sway.com is totally free, and you can see that I've been quite crazy about Sway. I've added tons and tons of Sways. What I love about Sway is it's like a digital poster. But instead of just being able to do words and images, like, you know, PowerPoint, we've kind of done that for a while. But the beautiful thing to me about Sway is all the embeddable content. So I'm going to attempt tonight to show you, you know how that goes. And I'm going to attempt tonight to show you how you can make a Sway. And we're going to use goals as the example, but I think this would actually be really cool for that day when you get back from break and you're brain dead and you have no idea what you're going to do with your students. Have them make a goals Sway. Again, this is free for them, free for you. So let's get down on it. I'm going to go into Sway right now, and I'm going to call this 2018 goals. Yep, okay. And just like I've told you before, emojis can be used as text. So if you want to type in, let's see if we've got goal. Yep, we'll do goal there, okay. And I added that right there to my Sway, which is really cool. I guess you don't even have to paste it in. That was really neat, okay. I don't want you to pick a picture yet, as tempting as that would be. The cool thing about Sway is it has artificial intelligence, AI, that will actually read what you write and will be able to suggest pictures and content for you. It's really, really cool. So I'm going to take a minute, first of all, and I'm going to add my goals. And I have goals, y'all, in several areas. First of all, I just need some consistency in my life. Can I get a witness on that? Feel free to like that in the comments, okay? So I want consistency. I really need consistency about my prayer life, about work habits. Oh, my word. Jesus knows the rest. I need a lot of consistency in my life. I really feel like I'm a very happy, fun person, spontaneous person, but sometimes that can ruin my consistency. So I'm going to add that. And actually, I want to put goal number 1 here. I forgot to point out, all I did here was just hit the plus sign, and when I did, you could see it gave me lots of options here. Do I want to add a heading, or do I want to add just basic text? I can do an image. I can do a stack of images. I can upload something from my computer. And then I've got other groups here too, okay? So we're not going to go into those right now because I want to save media and show you how cool Sway is in that it reads what we write. Okay, so I'm going to continue with my little path here. I'm going to do another heading. Goal number 2, I would love to get out of debt. I'll say, I don't think we can get out of debt this year, but I would say begin making tangible progress for getting out of, whoop, if I could spell. I hope you can relate with me on that one. If you can, again, leave it in the comments over there. I'd love to add your goals to this. I would love to be able to see your goals, and let me see. Yep, okay, now I'm able to watch live again, I think. Give me just a minute because I want to see if any of you have goals for me to add to my presentation. If not, maybe you're making your own over at sway.com, and I'd love for you to share the link when you're done. I'll show you how to do that. Let's just for now add one more goal. And goal number 3. For me, goal number 3 is going to be to have hope about starting a family. And there's a big piece of personal information. My husband and I have been married 13 years, have not yet been able to have children, but had a very hopeful doctor's appointment. I will leave it at that. And so hopefully this year I will maintain positivity and hope about starting a family. I think that's a good goal. And I've got more. I just won't write them all here right now. If I decided that I didn't like that as a heading, if I click on it, I can go in here, I can make things bold, I can make them accented. I've got different options I could delete, okay? But here's where the magic happens. If I touch background right here, Sway is going to bring up this tab called Suggested. And look, it has read my Sway, and it knows what my keywords are: work habits, goals, consistency. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give a little caveat here. I am not going to guarantee what pops up here. They have tried to do a pretty good job of filtering out nasty things. However, number one, I'm not on the school network right now. And number two, I don't think the filtering is totally perfect, okay? So if you want to be completely safe, you could have your students insert their own images right here. But I'm going to just go with it. I'm talking to adults here, and we'll have a good laugh, I guess, if it picks something that I don't want it to pick. So I'm going to click consistency. I first of all click my category. And so I'm clicking my category, I'm giving it a minute, and it's going to pull up all kinds of media that fit with that category, okay? I don't know what this bridge has to do with anything. See, I told you, weird girl. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to scroll down. Sometimes you just get really funny things in here. Sometimes you do have to put your own content in, okay? So let's see. I could do consistency is key. There was another one here I liked. Where was it? Okay, I like this one. Consistency is the key. If you can't be consistent, then you can't be anything. Now I'm going to give you another trick. If I just click this and click add, sometimes it goes where it wants to go. Now here it happened to go in the right box, but you also can click and drag. And when you see this green line appear, you're dropping your content where the green line is, okay? So I did want it to be my background, but in a minute I'll show you I may not want it to be that once I preview it, okay? I'm going to continue, so I'm going to go back to I'm going to go back to all, and I'm going to X out my search term that I already clicked on, and I'm going to look now toward debt. And here it goes. I'm looking for suggestions here. Okay, ooh, I like this one. It's erasing debt, but let me see. Is there anything else I want? Must be a popular theme. That guy's erasing debt too. Okay, so I'm going to put debt over here. Again, I'm dragging and dropping. I want it to go exactly where I want it to go. Okay, and then finally have hope out starting a family. I'm going to X out this search term. Let's say babies. Surely there'll be some cute stuff for babies. Okay, that's just weird. This one looks like it's a baby on a popsicle stick. I don't know. Okay. Oh, how cute. Okay, I'm going to pick him. My husband wants boys. That'll go. So I'm going to click right here and show you what else you can do, okay? So now let's explore. Now that I've illustrated, did you see how easy that was? I want to give a shout out to Casey Barth, who teaches at Sequoia High School. When I showed her Sway, she was like, Suzy, oh my gosh, I had more than I needed, which is exactly the point. If you have students that take forever designing and then it's still ugly, can I get a witness? Leave it in the comments. If you have students who are constantly making slides that are hot pink and hot green, and it took them 30 minutes to do that. I mean, seriously, let's make sure that we're really waste all that time and we don't have to see something ugly almost without thinking, okay? So if I wanted to change something here, here's how I know if I want to change it. Right now I'm on the storyline side. Let me close this sidebar. But I'm going to click on the design side. And here's what I have right now. I'm like, oh, okay. Excuse me. I swallowed a chip or something. That's really fun coughing on camera. But if I click styles, I can choose to come down and say, okay, I don't really like the one I have, but let me remix it. Ooh, okay. Still kind of boring. Remix. Remix. That one has potential. I can come over here and I can scroll through it. Okay. And I also have options. So I want this to go vertically, horizontally, or slides. The other cool thing about Sway, besides the two things I've told you already, the automated intelligence, it'll suggest content for you. Second thing I like about it being that it takes less time to design. But third thing is that it's made to be viewable on any device. It's responsive design. So if a parent of yours is in the carpool line and they want to look at your newsletter and you do it on Sway, it will look just as beautiful on their little bitty screen as it will on a big screen. That's the other cool thing about it. But when parents are swiping up and down, or when students are on a phone, it will make more sense to them to do vertical. That they're used to swiping, okay? Because I'm swiping right now with my finger. You can't see, but how it's moving up and down is me swiping with my finger. If you do it like slides, it's got almost a more PowerPoint feel. So again, I prefer the vertical. You can play and play and play. It'll suggest fonts for you that go together again, so you're not spending so much time on design and neither are your students, okay? But I've got a really cool goals sway. If I wanted to say more about it, let's say I'm not finished, I can go back to storyline, okay? I can add underneath each one a text box, and then I could say, I really have not been consistent this year in the reasons why, blah, 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 okay? And you can add bullets and numbers. You can link to things down there. So again, this would be a really great first day project, really low key for your students, lots of fun to design. The learning curve is super small. Let me show you one other tip. Let's just say when I went to my design, I didn't really want my goal to be on top of the picture. I want it to be near the picture. What I can do is I can drag this background image down. Remember the green line trick? You see where the green line is between the goal and the text box. If I drop it there and I go back and look at my design, maybe I like that better. Big goal, little picture. In this case, I think I'm going to leave it in the background, but you could remix to your heart's content, okay? When it comes time to share these, here's my tip for you. You can, if you go up here to share, it will give you a link and it'll give your students a link. So if I were you, I would use another tool called Forms, and I'm going to just show you that really quickly. Again, if you're in Office 365, go to Forms. Forms is basically a survey creation, quiz creation, form creation tool, as the name suggests. But what you can do is, instead of having students email you link, which would be a terrible workflow, then what you can do instead is you can create, let me see if I already have one here. You can create a, yes, right here. You can create a survey that's really short and just says, hey, what's your sway about? What's the link to your sway? Okay, now I have a couple other options here because I was doing this with teachers, but just a little two question survey there. What's the title of your sway? What's the link? I don't even have to ask for their name because on my form sharing settings, I have only people in my organization, so that would automatically be my students. Now again, if you're not in a Microsoft district, there are different options there. Anyone with the link, and then you don't have to worry. You could just ask them what their name is as one of your questions. So as far as workflow, collect them in a form, okay? Let me give you one other tip, and I did not practice this. Of course I did not, but I'm going to search for it right here. I made an Excel sheet that was about my goals for this year. And I want to see if I can get it to pull up. Y'all cross your fingers with me. Goals. I know it's an Excel document. Okay, that's okay. I'm going to go back to Excel Online. Sometimes the search feature just has a moment. I want to show you how Sway can take content and embed it. And I also love that feature. So let's look and see. Habit tracker, that's what I called it. No wonder I couldn't find it. Okay, I'm going to go to my habit tracker. I made myself a little survey where, and y'all are going to laugh at my goals here. Okay, I'm going to make it bigger so you can see it. Avoid sweet tea, avoid dessert, walk 10 minutes. Hopefully, if I start walking, I'll continue walking. That's why I just made it 10 minutes. Avoid potatoes and drink. I knew if I just said drink water, I wouldn't drink enough. So drink 75 ounces. Now, I only did this one day. It was December 5th. So I'm going to get it going again. But I set this up where if I put an X in the box, which means, yes, I did that. And I have to go into edit mode here. Let me go back, make it small so I can edit. But what I did was I said, if I put an X in the box, turn green. If you don't know how to do that, it's called conditional formatting. And if you will reach out to me in the comments, I will be glad to share with you how you can make a conditionally formatted sheet. It's really easy to do. See it turn green, okay? And I didn't set it to turn red if I didn't do it. I just wanted the one color, but I could show you how to do that as well, okay? So I want to take this now and I want to put it inside my goal sway because I want something that will be very visually compelling and will remind me to address my goals every day this year. So here's how you do that. If you go to share, and I might have to go out of editing mode to see this option, so bear with me just a minute. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to reload it, and I want to get out of editing mode. So give me just a minute. I'm going to go back to Excel Online. Go back to habit tracker, but I'm not going to go into edit mode. To get the embed code, this is really weird, but to get the embed code, you can't be in that editing mode. Okay? If you click on the 3 dots, nothing happens. Let's see if something happens when I click share. Yes. Okay, y'all, they've moved some things around. When I click share, but I'm not in editing mode, okay? And I go to embed. This is so cool, guys. You can either show the whole workbook or you can show just a range. So if you wanted to just see like maybe certain cells, you could do that. In this case, I'm going to embed the whole workbook because it's just me. And I'm going to come down here. I'm going to grab my embed code. I could change the size of it, whatever I want to do. I'm going to copy that. Control-C is my shortcut for copying, or you can right-click, okay? I want to make sure I got the link. I'm going to go back here. And this time, I'm going to go to the very bottom. I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to click the plus. And this time, I want to add a certain kind of card. And this card is called, if I can click on it, an embed card, okay? It looks like this. It's got the 2 carets and a dash, okay? It'll just say paste your embed code here. It takes just a minute to pick up, and I can say, do I want it to be, I'll just do medium for right now, and we'll see how it looks, okay? Now I'm going to go back to design, and look, I've got my goal tracker there. And the cool thing about having it embedded is if I change it in Excel, watch me. I'm going to go into editing mode. I'm going to edit in browser. I don't want to edit in Excel. It takes too long to get there. If I give myself, let's get one column that looks really exciting. Okay. And I could just say X and then drag it down and fill it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. Now, when I go back to my sway, and I might have to refresh here, but I am picking up, because it's embedded, I'm picking up a live copy of that sway. So not only can I look at my goals in a very visual way, but I also have my habit tracker, which I have loaded on my phone right down here at the bottom. Give it a second. It's coming to life. Cross your fingers, hop on one foot. Yeah, it's taking a minute to get there, but it really is an embedded copy. Trust me, okay? It's just taking a little bit to get there, but it will load in just a minute. So, guys, I hope you found this helpful. We've talked about, again, how this is visually compelling. It's easy for students. There's artificial intelligence. And the best thing, you can embed all kinds of content in it. So I'm going to go back. It's going to be really tacky because you're going to see my Facebook screen just for a minute. But I want to pop back over to Facebook, and I want to thank you so much for all of your reactions. I want to thank you for your comments. Let me respond to some of those. Hey, Tina, thanks for voting on a favorite picture. And Cheryl, thank you. And Jennifer, good to see you. And I would love for you to, I will respond to all your comments here, but I don't want you to have to stare at my screen. So I'm going to end the video, and then I will go back and answer comments. But again, if you had a goal or if you had a question about this, feel free to submit it. Thanks, guys, and Happy New Year.